yes, that's station 2 of 3 now, and welcome to Stevenage railway station. It's all changed from the 2 platforms, so let's have a little look around. There's plenty more to see, albeit the same type of services, but you will soon find out. So welcome once again to Down the Line. Right then, so Stevenage opened, well, this current station opened in 1973, which seems very young, and I will touch on that a bit further on in the video. The platforms, there are 5 of them now, and in terms of the services, there is Hull Trains, LNER, Lumo, Thameslink, and Great Northern. So nonetheless, in terms of where you can go, the journeys are broader. So you can go to Hull, of course, you can go to Edinburgh, Lincoln, down to King's Cross again, Peterborough, who knows. But so the world's your oyster from Stevenage, that's a dead cert. And the only time I have actually been here, never actually on the platforms, but do you remember I did the King's Cross to Great Yarmouth rail tour? Well, we went through Stevenage as well, so well, we went through Hitchin as well, but nonetheless it's good to be back, I guess. And obviously being called Stephen, this is my namesake station.
Weirdly, I did find that the columns on the platforms did remind me of the layout at Bletchley. And of course, Stevenage is a stopping station for the fast services on the East Coast Main Line, and this was emphasised by the arrival of a Class 91 in intercity Swallow livery, which brought a massive smile to my face and was the perfect opportunity to talk about this in a lot more detail.
Now this is things that I love to see, especially on the East Coast Main Line. You've got 91 119, intercity, bound screen. I love this livery. It was in my top 10 if you go and check that out on TikTok. But now that they've put these back, you know, for me, from an enthusiast point of view, this is what you want to come and see. It's not boring liveries or it's the same old, same old. This is different, and this is top class.
I have to say, I'm a massive fan of the previous liveries being brought back into the modern day for us generation to see that we may have missed out on. And with that excitement over, I carried on with the rest of my filming, but that in itself was a very welcome distraction.
Okay, so let's talk about the original station here now. So that actually opened up in 1850. That closed in 1973, and obviously the new one opened. So the relocation of the new station was only 1.5 kilometres south of the original station. I'm not sure what is left of it, probably nothing considering what's around me. There's a few leisure centres, shopping centre, and like McDonald's, Nando's, etc. But nonetheless, it's, you know, you can tell that it's fairly modern in terms of age and design. And in 1946, Stevenage actually became one of the first new towns as part of the New Towns Act set up by the government, which was obviously to increase the size of certain towns, villages, and, you know, to help them prosper. But when the original station was built in 1850, it was actually met with quite a lot of opposition from the local coach services. Obviously, with that hostility, it actually succumbed and the railways won, which is a good victory. But nonetheless, in terms of the coach side of things, that gradually had an effect and they ended up ceasing. You know, the business was affected, and I suppose if everyone's going to jump on the railways, that's what's going to happen. But again, in other parts of the railway network, when, you know, motorways were built, everyone jumped in the car and off the railways. So there's a conflict there, but 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I would say. But nonetheless, it was quite interesting to find that out, and all you've got to do is research.
The current station was opened by the MP for Stevenage in that year, and in 2021, a tactile map was installed in collaboration with the Royal National Institute of Blind People to help blind and the partially sighted navigate their way across the station, a wonderful addition which makes it even more accessible for all people.
Okay, so that's 2 out of 3 stations done, and my time at Stevenage all done. And I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed it here, albeit my namesake station. go Stephen. But no, like I said, we've got 5 platforms and a lot more services here, and it was fantastic to see the intercity liveried class 91s. One came bombing it through and one stopped on platform 3. So again, you've got to get your pictures in of that, and it's made it all the more worthwhile. So I'm now on platform 3, and it's time to head over to platform 1 to catch the 10:10 service to Welwyn Garden City, and then we will be done. But nonetheless, I will see you there, and I'll see you next time down the line.